Vivarium might be the weirdest movie you see all year. Some will call it imaginative and brilliant. Others will say it's pretentious and confusing. Me? I kinda dug it. In Vivarium, a young couple, Tom and Jenna, decide they're getting ready to settle down and get a house. They visit Martin, the creepiest real estate agent you've ever seen in your whole life, who takes them to a neighborhood where every house looks the same. Every street, every cloud, all the same. Martin mysteriously leaves, yet Tom and Gemma cannot. No matter which way they turn, every road leads back to house number 9. They go inside the house and come back out to discover a box with a baby inside, and a note that says, "Raise the child and be released." That's all I'll say about the movie. But it's the kind of film where I want to tell someone the whole plot or watch the movie with them just to see their reactions. I've even told a couple of friends, I've said, look, there's this movie Vivarium, I think you should watch it. You might not like it, but you won't forget it. What an endorsement. But let's talk about some specifics. The movie starts by showing how the cuckoo bird lays its eggs in the nests of other birds. And this sets the stage for a major theme in the movie, a mother raising another creature's child. We meet Tom and Gemma, played respectively by Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots. At first I thought Eisenberg was miscast. His first scene or two, he plays kind of a jokey handyman, a Chris Pratt type, and you're just not really buying it. But then later in the movie, I see why they cast him. His character becomes more cynical and neurotic, and becomes the type of character that Eisenberg plays very well. Unfortunately, at one point, Eisenberg has to give this big emotional romantic speech. He's waxing poetic and reminiscing, and it's kind of like an I don't like sand level of cheese. It's sweet, but it's cheese. Imogen Poots, on the other hand, is brilliant here. She gives the strongest performance of the movie as a woman torn about caring for another child, a child that isn't hers, but feeling she has no choice. She has a really big moment in the film, and she delivers. My gosh, I mean, you feel her agony. And let's talk about that child. Of course, the baby in the box grows into a little boy, and he might be the creepiest boy you've ever seen, second only to Damien from The Omen. He grows at an astounding rate, has no name, and I believe the filmmakers replaced his voice with that of an adult, changing the pitch to make him sound even more off-putting.
I'm not allowed to say.
Seems like this neighborhood where Tom and Gemma now live is empty except for them. Now, I won't spoil it, but it seems like people who see Vivarium remember one scene in particular. The boy at one point is apparently communicating with someone else in this neighborhood, but he won't say whom. Gemma tries to trick him with a game where she asked him to impersonate people, including this other mysterious person. I'm not going to spoil what happens, but that's the scene you'll remember from this movie, that and the ending, neither of which I'm going to spoil. Vivarium is a film with more mysteries than answers. Again, Tom and Gemma, they cannot leave the neighborhood no matter what they try. Everything I thought they should try, they do, and a whole lot more. I thought it was a little weird how relatively calm they are about being trapped in this neighborhood. There's no scene in which they freak out and panic. There's no scene where they're wondering about family and friends. Granted, maybe the characters experienced all of that, these moments off screen. Maybe the filmmakers didn't feel those moments were necessary to the plot. At one point, Eisenberg starts digging a hole in the yard to see where it goes. And he keeps digging and digging and digging every day. No spoilers, but things continue to get weirder the more the movie progresses. What does all of this mean? Are Tom and Gemma being observed by aliens, forced to raise an alien child similar to a bird raising a cuckoo? Are they in a simulation? And what about the other aspects, such as the house being number 9? Perhaps a reference to the 9 stages of life? I don't know. What are the film's messages? At some point it seems to suggest that settling down and raising a family is a terrible existence. Perhaps it's also a warning that we have to be careful about how we raise our kids. I mean, the boy is very cold toward his surrogate parents, but at the same time he's only mirroring how they treat him. After watching Vivarium, some people are going to call the movie a waste of time. Others are going to go to Reddit and YouTube and try to figure out what they just saw. I'm in the latter group. I appreciate that the movie doesn't spoon-feed you. At the same time, I understand people's frustrations. Look at the best episodes of The Twilight Zone. They often presented a message without being heavy-handed, And you kind of wish that Vivarium had taken that same approach. But at the same time, I do admire its boldness. I give Vivarium 3 out of 4 stars. Now don't take this as me saying you'll like the movie. I think it's safe to say most people won't. But I don't think the movie is meant to be liked, but rather studied. What are your thoughts on Vivarium? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please click like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Until next time, this has been Josh with Movies Please. Thanks for watching.